friends. Welcome to Of Darkness and Light. My name is Echo Augustine. This is not comedy. I have been raped to death intellectually, civilizationally, more by one person than anyone else. Their name I will not speak, but I have before. I speak about them often because I'm a schizophrenic person with heartful trauma for the way that my mind was taken from me violently. Violence of intellectual neglect wielded callously and using my disability as punishment against me. And I have been mentally retarded by being a schizophrenic person who is caught in a loop of trying to understand why someone will never talk to them. And I'm going to tell you what the solution is. So I knew a person and I was really sweet on him. And I told him right off the bat, I'm a big lover person. I love everybody. And they were like, okay, we're friends. Don't ever tell me you love me. People do that to me all the time. People always drop a bomb on me and say, hey, I'm in love with you. I want you to be my girl. I don't want you to ever do that. I was like, okay. And we're sitting there on our first date and I'm like, I already love you, but okay, I'll never tell you. But I just told you I love everybody, and you just saw me like falling for you on our first date super hard, and we've been talking for a week and it's been super intimate, and yeah, you're obviously loving my heart. So here, I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah, I like rubbed their shoulders on the first date, and it was just like so hard not to kiss them. And they were kind of like making fun of me for how bad they could tell I wanted to kiss them when we were on our second date. On the first one. And they were a sweetie in their heart, and they got the biggest heart, and they're a damaged person, and they're a lover. But they were talking to me about how they want to be friends. Yeah, they wanted to take advantage of stuff, right? They wanted to be friends with benefits. So they launched me into a classic situationship where they didn't even really want to be friends. They wanted to use me up, or they kind of wanted both, but they hate me for not holding faith to that they wanted to be friends while they like intellectually raped me out of existence. But the big sticking point was I had a daughter, right? And they were like, I don't want to be involved with someone who's a parent. I don't want to be involved with someone who's a parent. And after we started sleeping with each other, there was a moment where I'm so dried up, it's not even a thing. Like I can do whatever, right? And it's no problem, because I don't ejaculate. And if I do, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's like a dribble of nothing. And it's been that way since a year into my gender transition. And this person really, really doesn't have a good time with their body. And there's no bigger nightmare to them, they explained, than becoming pregnant. And they upped their medication and missed a period for like a month almost, or made that up, and completely foisted me out of their life as if I had done it, even though we were operating in complete agreement always with what we were doing. And yeah, the discomfort of the unsurety meant that I only ever came inside them once, and all the way through the end. And I'm just going to say some things that are true because I don't know what it is they've misremembered, but I feel like they've misremembered me, the rapist they are, because yeah, no, there was no consenting in that bedroom. They were begging me to take things back, and I wasn't really. I took a kiss and then I let them attack me, right? You know what I mean? It was like, that was the vibe. That is a vibe with a lot of lesbians, but when you are a trans lesbian, you are a male-bodied person, and you are dealing with this expectation of being hot in a way that is not like gonna lay out the preformed consent of this is exactly what we're gonna do, right? It's like there's an intuitive nature to certain people's sexuality, and many lesbians I've met lean into that, right? But then they try and include a male, and then all of a sudden the male's taking part in it, and that's not allowed. It's like, so you're met with this most vicious double standard of like, you're being raped and they want you to rape them back. And then they just like hate you if you do or don't. And you're sitting there not doing it, being like, yeah, no, I'm not going to cross this boundary while you're clearly like begging me to, because you set proper boundaries about the fact that you have issues with my penis and you need me to be a very sensitive person for that. So I'm going to do that always, right? There was somebody else where it was like, yo, we were having sex. I'm going to stop lying. It was them. We were having a bunch of sex, right? And they were coaxing me up to how they wanted to get railed with a real dick, like in a really hard way. So I did that eventually. And when I did it, I came with my penis like in their butt crack, right? Like I pulled it out and then I came like that. And I was like, is that why they threw me out? Because that triggered something from like abuse, even though that's not something that anybody would ever really destroy a person for, unless they like simply couldn't talk about it. Did they misremember that as me coming in them again, even though we didn't, we made an agreement to never do that again. So I never did it because I've always listened. And it's like, yeah, there's some kind of like, there's some boundary I crossed and then they just decided to just destroy me. And so those were things I've had to think about. And that's what I'm saying is I am a schizophrenic person that has had to think of every single reason. Why? Why would this person do this? They're a helper. They're a social worker that keeps mothers with their children. And they just intellectually raped me into a highly schizophrenic person and refused to help me while being like 20 minutes away for the longest time. And just like, yeah, friends all over, fucking people all over the place, can't even swing by to give a disabled woman a hug and say goodbye so that their life can go off straight in the right reason, right, in the right direction. What the fuck happened? It's just because of my dick. It's just because I'm male. It's just because they did things that they regret and then they couldn't deal with it. And it's like, and their heart opened to me in a way that they don't want to acknowledge. So they're like, okay, I guess I'm going to become a sadomasochist. And that's what I'm saying is they were already kind of on that vibe. But before we stopped being friends, they started being texted by this like evil army brat, manipulative, wannabe man, just like pathetic female that was all up in their head, twisting them up. They're like, I don't think I really love him. I don't know. The last time I felt love was when it was a long distance relationship where it was somebody just like emotionally abusing me and taking advantage of me while they were a cokehead who like fucked everybody in the world. And I'm pretty sure that's love, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not love, because I think it might have just been, they're telling me this. I think it might just be that I loved how that was obviously not going to be the thing, right? Like, yeah, no shit. And then they got back together with this other friend who had crossed their boundary about telling them that they loved them and that they wanted to get them into a hardcore relationship in a worst way, in a really manipulative way. And they started being their friend again. And they're like, yeah, we're just friends. I'm having them over and they're taking the friend spot that I was going to give you because they have a pussy and I'll probably fuck them again. They said, I'll fuck them again. I'm a hoe. And it's like, okay, cool. This person who crossed your boundary. And I was like, cool, whatever. I don't care. Dude, I'm not a possessive person. We're friends. That's cool. I didn't know that I was going to be completely gutted and eviscerated out of their life for an evil long distance manipulator and a short distance convenience of somebody who had a home that they could go to on the weekends. And that would be enough for them to want to murder me from existence and see me on the street and homeless and suffering and losing my daughter. I didn't imagine that this social worker who had shared such warmth with me would do that. And the reason it all started is because I wrote them an email that said, hey, listen, I heard everything you ever said. I heard that it's not it with my kid. I'm not an idiot. I'm not ignoring what you said. I appreciate you, but I need to tell you one thing from my heart needs to be said. I just need you to know the thing you already know under the surface that I'm going to say on the surface, which is, I'd give you everything one day if anything changed for you. Okay, that's the end of my life. That's the end of my life. Because they're like, bet? They like, did you just say you'll give me everything? I don't trust anybody. I'm going to prove it, dude. I'm going to prove it by taking everything. I'm going to kill you for saying that. You're going to die because you said, I'll give you everything, and I don't believe it. Because guess what? You have to die now to prove that. And I make everybody prove everything. Daphne's dead. Congrats. So Echo Augustine here, just reporting that basically what has happened is I got into the heart of somebody who is an ultimate victim, who likes surrounding themselves with rapists, and perpetuates that out to anybody who makes their heart feel something positive. That's sadomasochism. So I am a victim of sadomasochism that the United States and Washington State has emboldened my predator, abuser, psychopath, sadomasochist, female hate monger that will see me onto the street and take me from my daughter and pass all that along directly through me to my daughter, already has. Probably just lost in shame and stress, and I'm too mean. While they are still out there probably laughing with their sadomasochistic female friends and the idiots that they've surrounded themselves with so that they can enjoy hating everything the most in a grossly sexual way, while they watch an angel get tortured to death. And it's probably even hotter that my daughter's involved. They're probably like, fuck yeah, they're dying, their daughter's gone, fuck yeah, fuck me, idiot, retard, favorite, okay, cool, yeah, I hate myself more, this is great. I hate myself the most, it feels so good, dude, it feels so good. And then the best part is this person is a two-spirit who has been denying their man their whole life, so they're going to do a hard flip like I did. And this is the mythology of Daphne and Apollo Artemis, right? Apollo Artemis is a two-spirit that perfectly exemplifies the wholeness of Samael in the myth Eden that was made into some kind of terrible monster, right? And Daphne is a lady who meets Artemis and just wants to be best buds, but loves her and feels the love from Apollo coming through. And it's like, wow, they love me. But Artemis is like, I don't think about the Apollo in me. I'm just going to keep fucking everything and shooting my arrows. And this Orion's hot, whatever. I fucking hate him. I love how they think they're a boy when they're clearly just some female scumbag. I'm going to fuck them up. I'm going to fuck up Daphne with Orion by just never speaking to her again. Because that's hot. That's sadomasochism. Let me roll my eyes back. So that's what's literally happening to me. So if you are sitting back being like, why is this girl still talking about her crazy abuser person? Because they are an ultimate victim. They were raped a bunch when they were younger and they were made into this. And so I'm going to continue trying to save their heart by helping them grow the fuck up and get in touch with their feelings by saying the meanest things I can back. Because I wake up every day and this is the insanity loop. How could any human being, even a psychopath, ignore the breadth of ease I've offered? Because literally what I need is a pledge to work towards a hug one day. To have, like, they are literally making me live with the understanding of, I will never talk to you again. That's my intent. Eat a dick. That's what they're doing. I wonder why. It's because they have fucking penis envy, dude, because their Apollo wants out. Their Apollo loves the shit out of me. And if I went and hung myself, guess what? Apollo would come back and hang by that Daphne tree. But I didn't. I died the good old-fashioned Daphne way, where I just became my whole body's intelligence. So I'm a fucking tree here, and I'm gonna crack a stupid fucking egg. Grow the fuck up, you little wimp. You wanna hear your voice? You're kind of like this, you know? You talk like this. You just let yourself get into it. Eventually you won't ever be able to stop. It's kind of like a draw. It kind of slows you down, right? Talk like this on the inside. See how it makes your character. I've heard it. This is you. This is how you talk. This is how you think. When you change it, it changes you. Doesn't it? Doesn't it? Doesn't it change you when you're like not talking like your fucking self, dude? Talk like yourself. Anyways, so Apollo needs to wake the fuck up because I'm suffering every day for the insanity thrust upon me by this person who will not help me even understand why they took my life. Why did you take my life, Apollo? Why did you take my life? You still in a sadomasochistic relationship with an abuser who is some bullshit female who thinks that they're a boy or some girl or whatever, but fuck this tranny and let's laugh at her together. Let's laugh at her together while she becomes the smartest motherfucker on the planet. Guess what, motherfucker? I have mythologized killing someone with my ideas over again. Echo would take that shot again. Goddamn right. I know who it is. In the Justiciars, it's some door that Arthur left open. Yeah, he let some manipulative, abusing female who thinks they're a male turn them into a little girly girl. And then they're like, oh yeah, I love how I feel like a girl with this fucking abuser that just rapes my mind like my rapist while we rape an angel who is the only person ever to treat me with respect for my abuse. Let's watch her turn bad. Let's tell everyone else that she's my rapist. Let's do what I did to my sister. Fucking freak. Okay, if that's not true, if it's some kind of inverse or opposite, prove it. Grow the fuck up. Be a fucking man. Fucking pussy. Pussy. You're a little fucking girl, aren't you? Little fucking girl. Oh, you love being made into a little girl, don't you? Fucking man. Grow the fuck up, you little boy.